horror movie. You know I love my horror movies, right? Horror movies.
Yeah.
The Shining. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. Red rum. You should see it. Have you not seen the movie? You haven't, have you? Oh my god. Hey, what's going on, guys? Del here with Nativlo, your favorite English coach. And in this video, I'm going to actually have a special guest who's going to do some conversation with me so that you guys can actually see what it's like to listen to native speakers basically speaking. We're going to start at a more intermediate level, then we're going to progress to the more advanced level, and then we're going to sort of make our way to the more natural native English. And at the end, you're going to get the opportunity to actually shadow and repeat the conversation in this video here. So we're going to, once we've finished and we've got to the higher level, we're going to give you the repeat of this whole conversation, maybe at a slightly slower speed, and you're going to have the opportunity to repeat and shadow us, okay? Just to really get your speaking practice in as well. So today, you're going to get new words, you're going to be able to listen and really train your listening with native speakers, speaking in a native way, in a native conversation, and then you're also going to get a chance to practice your speaking, all in this video. So make sure you do stick to the end or stay to the end of this video. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. Cool. So as we were saying, you know, when you started off with English and when you began your English journey, when was this again? Was this like 20 years or so?
Yeah, I was in the primary school and started with the basics and just did the usual school stuff.
Like grammar, stuff like that. Grammar, memorization. Yeah.
Vocabulary, 20 words every day to memorize.
Right. Okay. So what was your journey then when you started? Like you say it was about 20 years ago. How was it when you came to England, right? You're here now, so you came to England, and yeah, how easy or difficult was it when you first came to the country?
I thought it was going to be really easy.
Yeah.
Because
you got your grammar right, so you got the grammar. So
exactly.
just that arrogance of like, yeah, I could do this. This is easy. It should be good. But
I had
it wasn't, was it?
Primary school behind me, secondary school. I was university studying English, and I had some private lessons and some tests that would be telling me how amazing I am. And I wasn't.
And you were like, yeah, I'm pretty amazing. And then you came to the country, and what happened when you got on the bus? Apparently,
I was very arrogant, and one sentence from a bus driver knocked that arrogance right down.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. You did tell me that. Yeah.
To this day, I have no idea what he said.
So what did he say?
I have no idea.
You don't remember at all? Oh my God.
No.
I bet it was like a really simple, I reckon it was a really simple sentence, but it was just the way he was saying it, I'm guessing. Just the speed of it. Not just so much the speed of it, but more like the connected speech, the words squishing like one big sound. I'm guessing that was what it was.
Connected speech, accent,
and also no one, unless they're a teacher or a coach or someone, like most people in normal day life, they don't usually enunciate very well, so they will just be like, you know,
yeah,
and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
and I wasn't used to it. I was used to school English, where we were being taught by non-native speakers. with terrible accents, probably.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it at the time, but
Yeah, lots of different accents, going on.
and it was just very humbling coming to native territory.
Right. So how did it all change for you in your journey, as you're obviously Slavic, so you're from Slovakia, the country. So you speak Slovak. And what was it like for you then as a Slavic to come to the country, and what was the turning point then for you, basically? The point where things just became easy and fluent, because now you obviously, babe, your English is impeccable. Like, it's so good. You basically have like a native kind of speech and speed and fluency. So how long did it take, and basically what was the sort of journey for you when you came to UK? So when you started, it was just like, what the hell is this? What is this other world? But then how did it improve for you?
I think I started understanding what people are saying about 2-3 weeks in. And then I had to make a lot of mistakes talking to people.
That's
and
it.
kept asking to repeat themselves.
That's it.
And eventually, I would say around 2 months in, so after 2 months when I first arrived to London.
Just 2 months? And you were basically just really immersed in the language. So it wasn't like because you were in the country, it was just the fact you had the English surrounding you all the time.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of input, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That was the magic trick, and the thing that I actually realized that's why I suddenly started using sentences that I've never used before.
Right.
And I had no idea where they came from.
Yeah.
And it was just from me listening to other people.
Listening and a bit of reading as well. Bob's your uncle, getting that in there. Voila. Cool. That's a really cool story. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries.
Love you.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about now?
I want to talk about some movies.
You want to talk about movies? Yeah?
Yeah, movies.
Okay.
Tell me your favorite movie.
You know what my favorite movie is?
No, you've got too many.
That's
Give
true.
me your most favorite movie.
Okay. I've got a few. Okay, so my favorite movie, horror movie. You know I love my horror movies, right? Horror movies.
Yeah.
The Shining. Here's Johnny. Red rum. You should see it. Have you not seen the movie? You haven't, have
No.
you? Oh my God. I can't believe that. That is a travesty. Seriously, that is a travesty. I cannot believe you have not seen the movie yet. Everyone raves about it. It's the best thing. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Seriously. So what kind of movies do you like then? So that's my favorite in terms of horror, but in terms of other movies, I guess, I don't know, Jurassic Park is a good one. They're all quite child movies. I got like Stuart Little is a nice movie of mine.
I've never seen that
It's a really nostalgic one. I would say anything with Jim Carrey, I don't know, Jurassic Park is a classic. Men in Black with Will Smith. Not a massive fan of him nowadays from what he did in the Oscars. Do you remember the Oscars? Oh my God, that was terrible. We can talk about that another time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And The Shining is my favorite scary movie.
What about some
you?
of the most recent films?
Well, firstly, I want to know what do you think? What's your favorite movie? Just quickly.
I love historical movies.
Historical movies, yeah.
So Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. Oh my God, what is it called? Last of the Mohicans. You know.
Oh, is that got the Daniel Day-Lewis? I've never.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is with him, I've never seen him in any movie ever.
The music is sick.
It's sick, is it?
To Last of the Mohicans. It's amazing.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
And amazing thing about that movie that I really, really love nowadays. Because
What's that?
When I first watched it
Hit me.
in Slovakia, it was dubbed.
It was what, dubbed?
Dubbed. So
Yeah.
it was actors talked in Slovak.
Yeah,
Obviously.
sure. Gotcha.
But you've got American accent there, you've got British English there, and there are some Scottish people there as well.
Yeah, lots
And
of different.
I love that. I love listening to different accents.
Yeah, nice, full diversity of different dialects and accents. Yeah. Okay, so what was your question to me? Like you said.
Current movie.
I don't really know. To be honest, babe, I think that I'm not the biggest fan of modern movies. I'm not feeling it. Like, okay, there is. Remember, we watched the other day. We watched just the other day. We watched The Revenant. Okay, do you remember Leo? He's like one of my favorite actors. Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously. I know you had a crush on him. You had a woman crush. Is that how you say it? A woman crush or man crush? Not a man crush. But you had a girl. Do you say girl crush or do you just say crush if it's a girl?
A crush, I think.
You can say girl crush. Could you say man crush?
But you have a man crush on a man as you as a man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm stupid.
You've got a man crush on Tom Hardy, I think. As an actor.
Definitely true. He's hot stuff. No. Anyway, okay, so yeah, modern movie Revenant is a really, really cool movie. You couldn't even watch it because it was so gory and sort of like a lot of like death and killing and stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a movie over there actually, Dreamcatcher. That's a really cool movie. It has Morgan Freeman in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, the guy with the nice soft voice has that nice voice, podcast voice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Inception was probably my last really nice movie that I watched. And that was like, 2010? So 14 years ago. God. As 2024 now. So that's it. What about you? Do you think movies have gotten better or worse over the years?
Oh, no, I feel that...
I think it's got worse.
We don't have any good movies to watch these days.
No.
It's about special effects or... What is it called?
CGI, yeah.
Rather than the story.
Definitely.
And acting.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything from the actors because, they working their butts off. But
sure.
It's just, like when we think about going to the cinema, there's nothing that I really want to watch.
It just seems to be like a commodity now. Is that right? Like a commodity, a product. It's just like selling tickets, selling some sort of commodity, some sort of product, just to make loads of money, a shit ton of money.
Shed ton of money.
Shed?
Yeah.
What?
Shed load. That's
shed
it.
Load. Come on.
Shed load.
Shed load. Shit ton of money. Same sort of thing. Potato. Just means a lot of money, right? And I think movies have declined. Have definitely taken a steady decline in terms of quality over recent years. So yeah, I think they used to be better. I actually really prefer the 90s. Like, so for me, the best era, the best decade, the best era of movies was like 90s. A bit biased, and I'm swaying more towards the 90s just because I was born in the 90s. But what about you? Before we finish up, what about you? What's your favorite decade?
It would probably be 90s as well. There was loads of stuff there.
Represent.
It would be different to your preferred. Sure. Like comedy and Jim Carrey and all that, whereas I was more historical and things like Forrest Gump.
Oh, I love Forrest Gump. We can talk about that next time, but we need to go on to the native level. All right, let's do this, guys. All right, so I have a really good question for you, actually. So,
oh, you do?
Yeah, I do, babe. Yeah. So, what do you think about fame? So, being famous, celebrity, being a Jim Carrey type, or I was going to say Will Smith type, or someone like that. So, he's famous for all the wrong reasons, right? now, but just being famous in general by someone of that level. Jim Carrey, Will Smith, Jack Nicholson, whoever, Kate Winslet. I don't know, whoever it is. Any sort of actor or famous or musician, someone like, I don't know, a Lady Gaga or something. What do you think about fame? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's...
I think it's been proven that the fame takes its toll on every single one person. We think they have such an amazing life, so much money, and they look so good, but they are quite the famous people are quite good at opening up and talking about their struggles.
Yeah.
You know, whether we take Michael Jackson, tragic story.
Oh yeah.
Whether
Definitely.
we take Macaulay Culkin, tragic story. Even
Right. Okay. What?
he's better now.
Yeah. What happened? What happened with Macaulay Culkin? What was so tragic about him?
When he came to his wealth,
Yeah.
he couldn't get to his money, so his parents were fighting over the money, and then it was too much because obviously
Because of his wealth
yeah
and his fame.
yeah, and then parents split
Oh
up,
shit.
and excuse me, and you know they split up, so just that is really traumatic for a child to go through.
Yeah.
And then there was the money involved, so they were fighting not only about, you know, as a couple, but for the money. And he just fell into the drug world, really.
Yeah, I think it did, didn't he? Yeah, he did not look good. He did not look good for a long time.
I think he's
No.
better now, and I think he's doing some films again. But
Good, yeah, good man.
You know.
He's a cool dude. I think he's a cool dude. He's a nice guy.
yeah,
Don't you think? He's a cool guy.
definitely.
But back to the point, you know, like I think personally for me, I think I could not imagine being famous, just like the idea of just being. It's one thing to be like, okay, I'm doing my job. I'm an actor. I've got pen on my fingers here from all the felt tip. It's not blood, don't worry. But it's interesting because like if I'm like filming, like I'm an actor, for example, and I'm filming a movie. That's one thing, but to be like paparazzi, to all this crap all the time, just like non-stop berating me with pictures and stuff like that, it's not cool, and it's just like it's really gonna get to me. It's really gonna get to me eventually. I think pretty quickly I'd get really effed off with that really quick, and I don't know how these actors do that. I think that is probably the worst thing about being famous. For me personally, I just couldn't handle that. I would go mental.
That's a huge downside.
I would be mad as hell. I'd be
Yeah.
absolutely mad as hell.
Yeah, you would.
I think you would too, right?
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man.
I think we all think that we would want to be center of attention and have this lovely clothes if you're a woman, and amazing cars and all of this, and then comes in that you need to always look great, and you need to go.
Oh yeah, especially for women. It must be even worse in a way because there's pressure to look good and all this crap.
Men as well, like you
Yeah,
know,
of course.
so many people made their TikTok channels or whatever they call it, accounts, and Instagram accounts on critiquing what people are wearing at
Say what?
Met Gala, and you know, and it's not only women, it's men as well, and it's nauseating really.
Yeah.
Because you have to be there because you're
It's
there
not
for
on,
your,
is it? It's not on.
No, it's definitely not on. You need to be there for your career,
Yeah.
be the center of attention,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Be the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Be the center of the universe. Yeah.
No one cares what happens behind closed doors, if you are
Yeah.
feeling for it that day or not. And you just have to deliver and show up. It's no, I don't think it's all that it's cracked. All that it is cracked up to be.
All it's cracked up to be.
There
right.
you go. That's the
the
one.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the one. Yeah.
And it's very sad that many people are trying to achieve fame through social media these days.
Right. You know what's really interesting is I actually feel like the epiphany, the absolute realization, the wow moment of like anyone can be famous now. Anyone can be famous. With my YouTube channel, I could be famous. Like technically famous. I don't want that. I'm doing this because I want to help people. I'm genuinely just trying to build a business. I'm trying to help people, and just it's the best way for me personally to communicate with my audience because I feel more comfortable on camera and I feel like it's more of a connection to be on camera. So it's an amazing resource or platform, or just kind of like medium. Is that the word? Medium?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that right, didn't I? Medium to actually convey that message and connect with people that resonate with you. But it also can be a dangerous situation if you like they say, Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Spider-Man quote represent.
Yeah.
And it's genuine. Like it can be, so people take advantage or they abuse that They abuse the sort of new social media fame thing, wannabe sort of crap. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
You have to be very careful.
many famous people are famous for the wrong reasons, not for their craft or whatever they are doing, whether they are actors or singers or dancers or whatever. And there's only very little amount of celebrities that are not center of attention and they are famous for their craft.
Jack Nicholson, maybe like one other actor. Maybe I can't really think of many, to be honest, babe.
I think of Adele.
Adele, really?
Adele, yeah.
She's pretty famous and she's pretty out there. She does do lots of interviews and stuff. I'm thinking of people that I know what you mean. I think you mean like people that aren't really like doing the drama stuff and like kind of causing commotion and just like when you say that, what I'm thinking of is like people that just like Leonardo DiCaprio, right? I love that guy. He's great, man crush. I'm not gonna lie. but you know, like he's a guy who just does his job amazingly well, and then he just does his interviews and he doesn't get in the press or in the newspapers much or whatever, really. And there's a few other people. Jack Nicholson, I think, is one of those people. Morgan Freeman. But there are a lot of actors that get into the limelight and for all the wrong reasons. And I think they almost love that sort of attention. It's very immature. But long story short, you know, with that said, so you do think that fame is definitely not a very good thing? Well, I mean, it can be a good thing. You can help people. You can use your fame, you know, your power in a good way, in a responsible way, aka what Spider-Man said. But you know, you can also really let your ego get involved and kind of, you know.
It comes at a huge cost.
Absolutely, yeah,
the fame definitely does. Because I think we were recently watching a video where. Well, why did you watch it with me? Where famous people, I think they were mainly actors, were talking about depression, and they were saying like no matter how you're successful in your career, how much money you have.
Jim Carrey was one of those.
Yeah,
he said that.
Robin Williams. What really surprised me was that oh my God, what's her name? Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
And she said that she suffered with depression, and I was like,
so many people, so many actors do, especially actors and musicians as well. I'm a musician. That's like my second job. I am a musician, and we're a sensitive bunch. And it gets to us, and I can only imagine being sensitive, you know, letting people get to you, emotions, being very emotional, and then having the whole world looking at you, having just people watching you and judging you is the worst thing. Judging you, I couldn't handle that. I could not handle that. What about you?
No, it's awful.
What would you do though? What would you do if you were famous right now? We'll finish with this last question. What would you do if you were famous right now? How would you deal with it? Just 1 minute. Let me know. What do you think?
Take good care of yourself. You know, eat well, exercise. Do some mindful things, but the thing is, the fame.
Like, how would you deal with the actual fame?
The fame fucks up with your mind, really.
Right.
Because no matter what you do, you would have to be really grounded, for it not to get to you and start being arrogant.
Right.
I'm not saying that the celebrities are, but
some are.
There is. If someone keeps telling you one thing about yourself, you'll start believing it. So. People need to be really grounded.
Definitely.
And you need to have a good support system around you.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing.
And I think the people that don't have that support network or that, there's people backing them up and stuff, you know, it can really, they're the people that usually suffer the most as famous people. Yeah. So, don't be famous. Well, if you're going to be famous, you've got to be really careful. I think you have to really have the good intentions when you become someone that could be famous, even if it's with a YouTube channel, etc., or with a movie star, whatever it is, or musician. Use your fame to be positive in the best way, and just be careful with every decision you make, because everything you do is going to be highly scrutinized, meaning focused on, like, oh, he did that, she did that, oh my God, he did that. So you've got to be really careful with the way that you present yourself, and look at Leo, he's a great example.
I was thinking exactly of him.
And he's just always just like really calm, really professional, really well-mannered.
He had some wild days in his youth.
We will talk about this. We
Yeah.
got to stop now, but this has been a great conversation, and maybe next time we can talk about this, okay? About specific celebrities. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Say thanks to Jana for popping in, so we can have this awesome conversation. Say hello, say goodbye, okay? All right, guys, thanks for that. Okay, guys, now what I want you to do is watch this next section. It's just repeating this conversation back again, just to give you a chance to, quickly shadow this conversation with me and my girlfriend. Okay, enjoy. So, what do you want to talk about now?
I want to talk about some movies.
You want to talk about movies? Yeah?
Yeah, movies.
Okay.
Tell me your favorite movie.
You know what my favorite movie is?
No, you've got too many.
That's
Give
true.
me your most favorite movie.
Okay. I've got a few. Okay, so my favorite movie, horror movie. You know I love my horror movies, right? Horror movies.
Yeah.
The Shining. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. Red rum. You should see it. Have you not seen the movie? You haven't, have you? Oh my God. I can't believe that. That is a travesty. Seriously, that is a travesty. I cannot believe you have not seen the movie yet. Everyone raves about it. It's the best thing. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Seriously. Yeah. So what kind of movies do you like then? So that's my favorite in terms of horror, but in terms of other movies, I guess I don't know. Jurassic Park is a good one. They're all quite child movies. I got like. Stuart Little is a nice movie of mine.
I've never seen that
really, it's a really nostalgic one. I would say anything with Jim Carrey. I don't know. Jurassic Park is a classic. Men in Black with Will Smith. Not a massive fan of him nowadays from what he did in the Oscars. Do you remember the Oscars? Oh my God, that was terrible. We can talk about that another time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And The Shining is my favorite scary movie.
What about some
you?
of the most recent films?
Well, firstly, I want to know what do you think? What's your favorite movie? Just quickly.
I love historical movies.
Historical movies, yeah.
So Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. Oh my God, what is it called? Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, is that got the Daniel Day-Lewis? I've never.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is with him, I've never seen him in any movie ever.
The music is sick.
It's sick, is it?
To Last of the Mohicans. It's amazing.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
And amazing thing about that movie that I really, really love nowadays.
What's that?
When I first watched it
Hit me.
in Slovakia, it was dubbed.
It was what, dubbed?
Dubbed. So
Yeah.
it was actors talked in Slovak.
Yeah,
Obviously.
sure. Gotcha.
But you've got American accent there, you've got British English there, and there are some Scottish people there as well.
Yeah, lots
And
different.
I love that. I love listening to different accents.
Yeah, nice, full diversity of different dialects and accents. Yeah. Okay, so what was your question to me? Like you said.
Current movie.
I don't really know. To be honest, babe, I think that I'm not the biggest fan of modern movies. No. I'm not feeling it. Like, okay, there is. Remember, we watched the other day. We watched just the other day. We watched The Revenant. Okay, do you remember Leo? He's like one of my favorite actors. Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously. I know you had a crush on him. You had a woman crush. Is that how you say it? A woman crush or man crush? Not a man crush. But you had a girl. Do you say girl crush or do you just say crush if it's a girl?
A crush, I think.
You can say girl crush. Could you say man crush?
But you have a man crush on a man as you as a man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm stupid.
You've got a man crush on Tom Hardy, I think. As an actor.
Definitely true. He's hot stuff. No. Anyway, okay, so yeah, modern movie, Revenant is a really, really cool movie. You couldn't even watch it because it was so gory and sort of like a lot of like death and killing and stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a movie over there actually, Dreamcatcher. That's a really cool movie. It has Morgan Freeman in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, the guy with the nice soft voice has that nice voice, podcast voice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Inception was probably my last really nice movie that I watched. And that was like, what, 2010? So 14 years ago.
God.
As 2024 now. So that's it. What about you? Do you think movies have gotten better or worse over the years?
Oh no, I feel that
I think it's got worse.
We don't have any good movies to watch these days.
No.
It's about special effects or what is it called?
CGI. Yeah.
Rather than the story.
Definitely.
And acting.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything from the actors because they working their butts off, but
sure.
It's just like when we think about going to the cinema, there's nothing that I really want to watch.
It just seems to be like a commodity now. Is that right? Like a commodity, a product. It's just like selling tickets, selling some sort of commodity, some sort of product, just to make loads of money, a shit ton of money.
Shed ton of money.
Shed.
Yeah.
What?
Shed load. That's
shed
it.
Load. Come on.
Shed load.
Shed load. Shit ton of money. Same sort of thing. Potato. Just means a lot of money, right? And I think movies have declined. Have definitely taken a steady decline in terms of quality over recent years. So yeah, I think they used to be better. I actually really prefer the 90s. Like, so for me, the best era, the best decade, the best era of movies was like 90s. A bit biased, and I'm swaying more towards the 90s just because I was born in the 90s. But what about you? Before we finish up, what about you? What's your favorite decade?
It would probably be 90s as well. There was loads of stuff there.
Represent.
It would be different to your preferred.
Sure.
Like comedy and Jim Carrey and all that, whereas I was more historical and things like Forrest Gump.
Oh, I love Forrest Gump. We can talk about that next time, but we need to go on to the native level. All right, let's do this, guys. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want to find out the perfect method for actually getting to fluency with something called acquisition, so I have a really good question for you, Jana, babe. Baby. No. Outtake. This is in the outtakes.